Good morning, I'm Ranger Dave, and I think it's time for another market report. What are stocks doing? Are we in a bull market or bear market? Should you be long or should you be short? And how about housing? Well, we'll talk about housing a little bit today and what the market is doing there. So let's get started.
All right, let's talk about the stock market. And I've got SPY pulled up here. And people often wonder what's the difference between a bull market and a bear market. Well, okay, these were the Trump years. That's your bull market. Okay, if you just parked your money during the Trump years, there's your COVID dip right there. You can see that on a wider time frame. There's your COVID dip right there. Okay, so during the Trump years, you just parked your money, and there's the difference between a bull market and a bear market essentially is a buy the dip. Okay, then right in about there, that's when Biden takes over, and of course you now have a bear market. Okay, see the dip, the continuous trend is slowly down. And the difference is sell the rips instead. Here's buy the dips. You do awesome. You sell the rips. As it goes higher, you sell it. And you sell it. Sell it. Now let's look over into let's go over to the. I like following XBI. Oh, nope. Don't want that. Change the time frame. Daily, intraday, 20 days. Let's get into XP. Well, LABU. That LABU is essentially the ETF is long on XBI. Now, one of the reasons that daily, yeah, 6 months. There we go. Okay. Cat. Okay. XBI or LABU. Let's go. Show you the ETF right there. XBI. All right. Was in a downtrend already. Okay. XBI really sold off for that bank failure because XBI is biotech. They finance small startups. That bank there essentially dealt with stuff that was a little bit more risky. That bank there, the Silicon Valley Bank, essentially dealt with small biotechs, things that the bigger banks, which just weren't not going to touch. That's too much risk. So XBI was in a downtrend, and I was following that. I mean, I had a pretty good average, not the best of average, but I did make a little, it could have been a better average, but I expected a really drop-off event, and it finally did happen, and it was courtesy of that Silicon Valley Bank failure. Now, thing is to, at least for the moment, going long with LABU. Got a position there. You can see where the swings are when it crosses over. The time to get out of something is when your RSI is high, your MACD does a crossover, and your oscillator. That's always a good way to tell when your swings are going to be. Essentially, where's your peak? And that's Right when that happens, that's where you should be re-entering to the long side. So I'm expecting an uptick for XBI, Biotech, probably in the 84 range, right about in there. It's probably gonna, it's got a nice green candle there. It's probably gonna tick up there and probably at least hit the band right there, and then I will probably go short again on that one. Now let's go look at your SPY in the short run. So there's your peak right there. Okay. Come on. Had to let the dog in. All right, so now's a good time to essentially do a swing position. This is your peak, essentially. There you're into overbought range right there. And you should have been averaging out or going short on your Qs. And what are the Qs? It's your ETF that follows that. So should have been essentially TQQ right there had peaked right around there, and then it was time to go short. So I did make a little money on SQQ essentially, but your two different ETFs. One's a little bit more volatile than the other, and sometimes it's a long ETF, sometimes it's a short ETF. But one of them is usually does a little bit more profitability in there. So I did make a little bit of money on SQQ. I entered right in that crossover there. It had been oversold, and essentially I got out. I believe it was that day there in the 39 range. So I've re-entered TQQ. Did that yesterday, right in that nice green candle, because you had a turn up and you had your bottom right there. And it's mainly because of I was watching SPY. TQQ usually follows SPY pretty well. And that was your turnaround. There's your oversold there. There's your oscillator bounce. Trend indicator is way on the downside. So based upon what it has done in the past, essentially, you try to follow charts. You're trying to see what it did in the past. So hopefully we have a good run there. Now let's look at gold. What's gold doing? Gold futures. There we are. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, I did have on this. I did make a little money on this bounce right there on JNUG, that one ETF there. Well, I should have held on to that one there. Let's see what JNUG. Yeah, that's where I made. I didn't go long on that one. I'm kind of glad I just. This is the ETF that follows gold futures. I did make a little money on that one, kind of good. I did get out at the right time there, but looks like it's got some. It could be trending up. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. I might do another position there. We'll see. Okay, now let's go look at natural gas. The thing with now, why would you want to follow natural gas? Well, okay, you're filling up your propane. There it is. You're filling up your propane. Hey, it's way low. Let's get a better chart. Let's go for the intraday. I like doing the 20 days. 20 days, 4 hours. Yeah. The thing is with when you follow natural gas, okay, if you're going to fill up your propane, you try to follow your natural gas so that you get a good price on propane. And we did get our propane. We had to get our yearly fill, and I got it. Tried to get it right here. That's about where I did fill up. They had a 255, and that's going to be a typical price on propane. And so I got, you try to get it at the lowest price of the year. So if you follow that, you can kind of do all, you never want to buy it. That would have been a lousy day right there to have your propane come and get filled. So I got it there. Let's see what the daily. Let's go for 6 months. Yeah, so it's pretty much near its lowest of the year. So it should be coming into the summer months. It should be that propane or natural gas should be going up. So those people back east, they always got to do their natural gas fills, and you try to find the lowest spot of the year as best you can. And so again, why would you want to be filling your propane tank up here? It's almost twice as much. So if you follow natural, it's a good idea to follow natural gas. Then you can sometimes get your propane at a good time of year. Let's go to crude. Let's see what oil's doing. All right, well, this is what oil's doing. Remember when we had our high gas prices? That's because crude was at $93 a barrel. That sucked. That was really bad. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. It's kind of fluctuating in here. There's real no. That's why if you've been paying attention at the pump, the prices have been relatively stable. A little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down. See if there's any kind of trend. The year. No real trend. So no real trend. So just expect your gas prices to stay relatively stable. All right, let's go see housing. Let's talk housing first.
Okay, housing. I'm going to go over 3 different areas here: Goodyear, Buckeye, and Tonopah. All of them, all 3 areas, essentially still slight seller's advantage. Home sales continued. The home sales continued to outstrip supply, and market index has been moving higher for several weeks. This is a seller's market to watch for potential upward pricing pressure in the near future. Let's hope so. It's been pretty static lately. So Goodyear median list price is $518,850. Median list price, new listings $515,000 right there for new listings, and it also depends on a big factor of that is a square footage. Bottom end 1641 square feet. You're looking at a median price of $399,900, and days on market is for that is 56. So 56 to 70 depends on us. Yeah, a little higher on the square foot. Essentially, you're going to wind up with a little longer on the. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, the higher you go, it's just shorter. You get into the 8 to 10,000 square feet. It's only 42 days on market. So essentially, your mid range there at the 2,100 square feet. You got 70 days on the market, but if you go higher, if it's essentially larger square foot, you go down. That's really interesting. You're right in the range of the smaller houses. So it seems to be that 2,000 square foot home range. You're going to spend longer on the market. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, the price has been coming down. But hopefully we get going up now. Buckeye. Let's see if that's that's interesting. Huh. Okay. So your median price in Buckeye is 435,000. Medium list price is 419,000. That's your median list price new listing. Still slight seller's advantage to that area as well. The 1,600 square foot home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You're 98 days on market. And let's see. Yeah, it actually, your 1,800 square foot home, the 4-bedroom, 2-bath, you're a shorter time on the market, 77 days. And then you get into the higher square footage, the 2,600, and you're 87 days on the market. So that's kind of interesting. So your high end and your low end of square footage are relative to the same time frame on the market. Huh. Interesting there. So again, this area's slight seller's advantages as well. All right, Tonopah. That's where we are. Yeah, then again, Tonopah always is going to be very. Again, it's you can wind up with a small house with a large lot, or a large house with a small lot. Out here, it really depends on what people are looking for as far as acreage. That's a big one, and so it gets priced differently, and you got a little different advantages and disadvantages. But all right, so the 1,500 square feet, that's 1,500 square feet. Your low end of the square footage homes, 335,000. Yeah, you're just about everywhere you look. Everything's almost in the 300s. Just about everywhere you look. So that's 50. Your smaller home, 49 days on the market. You go higher, slightly higher in the square footage, not by much. 98 days on the market. Your 4-bedroom, 2-bath is 98 days on the market. Where your 3-bedroom, 2-bath is 49 days on the market. Now, what's really interesting here, you get the higher. You go into the 600s. Your 4-bedroom, 2.3 baths. 5 to 10 acres. Okay, so your larger acreage, and it's also 49 days on the market. So essentially your larger home, larger property has the same amount of days on market as your smaller home and smaller acreage, which is, again, it's an interesting dynamics you always got to consider out here. Median list price for, well, that's rather. Medium list price, $405,000, and medium list price for new listing, $405,000, is about the same thing. Well, that's really interesting there. All right, we'll see what the trend. Let's see how the trends go. All right. Well, that's a wrap for another market report, and I'm Ranger Dave, and I will not lose you in the woods, even if you earned it. So we'll see you next time.